One of the basic aspects of technology is mathematics. The numbers, ever so fascinating, are either feared or loved. But after you have gone through this section of basic math, I promise you, you will befriend numbers like never before. So let us acquaint ourselves with this wonderful science of Vedic math. All right, friends, let's study some math. Are you ready?
Study for the Sunday.
Who said we are going to study? We are going to have some fun with numbers. In fact, we will start our studies only after you promise me you had fun. Is that a deal?
Deal.
Okay, tell me, what is 2 plus 2?
4.
Brilliant! Tell me, what is 20 plus 17?
37.
Excellent! Tell me, what is 22 plus 22?
44.
That's perfect! Now tell me, what is 54 times 11? All right, you tell me, what is 54 times 11? This is what happens when addition is substituted by multiplication. You either put that confused glance or you try to hunt around for a calculator. But I promise you, after we have gone through this basic section of Vedic math, you will be giving answers to such and other questions in a jiffy. So let's begin our first section on Vedic math. Friends, welcome to the first segment on Vedic math. In this segment, we will see some techniques that can be used in special cases. From segment 2 onwards, we will study generic techniques that can be used for all numbers. Now, the very first technique that I'm going to teach you is how to remember the multiplication table of 9. I have seen many children who generally struggle with remembering multiplication tables. So this is one small technique which can be used for the multiplication table of 9, and the exciting part is you can multiply numbers in your fingertips. So let us see how this technique is done. For this technique, you just open your two palms as I have shown. We will be going from my left towards my right. I have 10 fingers, so we'll be using this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This technique can only be used for the multiplication table of 9. Small children who find it difficult to remember tables will find this technique very exciting. So let's begin. Suppose I want to find out what is 9 multiplied by 1. So I close my first finger and I have 9 times 1 is 9. Because there are 9 fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next, 9 times 2 is, so I close my second finger and I have 1 and 8 fingers over here. So 9 times 2 is 1 and 8, 18. Next, 9 times 3, so I close my third finger, 9 times 3 is 2 and 7 fingers over here. So 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 would be, I close my fourth finger, would be 3 and 6, 36. 9 times 5, I close my fifth finger. 9 times 5 is 45. We go ahead. 9 times 6, I close my sixth finger, would be 54. 9 times 7, I close my seventh finger, would be 6 on this side, 63. 9 times 8, I close my eighth finger, would be 7 and 2, 72. 9 times 9, I close my ninth finger, would be 8 and 1, 81. And 9 times 10, I close my 10th finger, we have 9 over here and 0 over here. So 9 times 10 is 90. Let us quickly revise this technique. 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18, 9 threes are 27, 9 fours are 36, 9 fives are 45, 9 sixes are 54, 9 sevens are 63, 9 eights are 72, 9 nines are 81, and 9 tens are 90. Thus, we have learned the entire multiplication table of 9 on our fingertips. Next, I am going to ask you some questions. 9 times 4 is?
36.
Very good. 9 times 5?
45.
Superb. 9 times 6?
54.
Excellent. Friends, I will now teach you a technique of how to square numbers very fast. We all know that squaring is a process of multiplying a number by itself. When I multiply 4 by 4, I get 16. 16 is the square of 4. When I multiply 7 by 7, I get 49. 49 is the square of 7. But these were easy numbers. I will now teach you how to square complicated numbers. There are many techniques in Vedic math which we will be seeing in different segments. In the first segment right now, I will teach you how to square numbers that end with 5. So numbers ending with 5 will include numbers like 35, 45, 55, 75, 105 and so on. So now let us see how to square such numbers ending with 5. The first example I am taking is that of 35 multiplied by 35. Let us take a few more examples. Suppose I have to multiply, say, 75 by 75. Next, I am taking 85 multiplied by 85. And last, I am taking 95 multiplied by 95. As I said, we are squaring numbers, so whatever number is above will come below. 35, 35, 75, 75, 85, 85, 95, 95. And secondly, number has to end with 5. So 5, 5, 5, 5. Vedic math says we can find the answers of such questions very fast. Let us see how that is done. Ask yourself, what comes after 3? Now we know after 3 comes 4, after 7 comes 8, after 8 we have 9, and after 9 comes 10. So then we are going to multiply these two numbers, write the answer here, these two numbers, write the answer here, these two numbers, write the answer here, these two numbers, write the answer here. So first I multiply 3 times 4 is 12, 7 times 8 I get 56, 8 times 9 I have 72, 9 times 10 is 90. So I have half my answer with me, 12, 56, 72 and 90. And then in the end we always put 25 behind each answer. 5 fives are 25, 5 fives are 25. Here I have 7225 as my answer, and here I have 9025 as my answer. So you can see how quickly we can square numbers that end with 5. Let me repeat. You multiply the number by the next number. So 9 times 10 is 90, and then always put 25 behind because 5 fives are 25. Thus we have got all our 4 answers. So your answer in this case will be 9025. Friends, we saw examples of 2 digits, but the same technique can be applied to higher digit numbers also. Let us see a few examples. Suppose I have to multiply, say, 105 by 105. And let us take one more example. Suppose I have to multiply 205 by 205. Now, ask yourself, what comes after 10? We know after 10 comes 11. Similarly, after 20 comes 21. Technique says multiply these two numbers put here. So 11 times 10 is 110. Similarly, 21 times 20 would be 420. And last, as I said, we multiply these two numbers and put 25 here. So 5 5s are 25, 5 5s are 25. So you see how quickly we got the answer, and in only one line. 105 times 105 is 11025, and 205 times 205 is 42025. Thus, we have got the answers very fast. Friends, we just saw how to square numbers ending with 5. This technique has a further application. Let us have a look at that technique. Suppose, friends, I want to multiply, say, 35 by 35. We just saw how this is done. After 3 comes 4. So I write 3 times 4 is 12, and then I multiply 5 times 5 as 25. In Vedic math, there is an extension of this technique. It says that in any number, if the left-hand most digits are the same and the right-hand most digits add up to 10, like in this case, you can see 5 plus 5 is 10, we can use this technique. Let me give you 2 to 3 examples to clarify better. Suppose I have to multiply, say, 64 by 66, or say I have to multiply 73 by 77, or say I have to multiply 108 by 102. What do you observe in this case? 2 things. First, that the left-hand most digits are the same, 6 and 6, 7 and 7, 10 and 10. And the right-hand most digits add up to 10, like 4 plus 6 is 10, 3 plus 7 is 10, 8 plus 2 is 10. Here also we observe the same phenomena. 3 and 3 is common, and 5 plus 5 is 10. So left-hand most digits have to be the same, and the right-hand most digits must add up to 10. In such cases, we can apply the same logic and get the answer. Let us see how that is done. So after 6 comes 7. 6 times 7 is 42. After 7 comes 8, 56. After 10 comes 11, 110. And then I have multiplied these two numbers, 5 5s are 25. Similarly, I will multiply the numbers here. 4 times 6 is 24. Here we have 3 times 7 is 21, and then we have 8 times 2 is 16. So these are my final answers. 64 times 66 is 4224. 73 times 77 is 5621. And 108 times 102 is 11016. Very simply put, we multiply this number by the next number. 6 7s are 42, 7 8s are 56, 10 11s are 110. And next, we multiply the right-hand most numbers. 4 times 6 is 24. We have 3 times 7 is 21, and 8 times 2 is 16. So these are our final answers.